Good evening, y'all. What's going on? I just wanted to talk to y'all about an experience I had today downtown in New Orleans on Bourbon. So, I got to Bourbon and it was hot, so I needed some more water and I wanted to get me, uh, something to drink. But I didn't want I have to be careful because I have a problem with sugar. So I didn't. I had to go get the Gatorade with no sugar. Okay, so I went to I believe it was Rouse's, and I got my water. I got my found my Gatorade, but they didn't have it in the freezer. It was still warm, so I decided that when I got back on Bourbon, I was just going to go into one of the daiquiri stores and get a cup of ice to put on, to put my juice on. So, well, for one, we're back to wearing masks. I had to, I didn't have a mask trying to go to the store, but the security guard had one for me and he let me pick it out. And I thanked him and stuff like that. So, I got me a little mask now to carry back with me. I had gotten used to not carrying one around because you know, they allowed us to go in stores without it, and now we got to go wear the mask in. So, um, I'm heading. So I'm on my way back to Bourbon, and I saw this daiquiri store. So I decided I'm gonna go in there and get my ice so I can put it on my Gatorade and get have me a nice cold drink in this hot weather. So I went into this particular store, and the brother was back there handling the pizza or something. So when he saw me, he came to the counter where the daiquiris were, and I said to him, "I want to buy a cup of ice." He said, "That's all I want. I just want to buy a cup of ice." He said, "Well, you have to have your proof of your COVID shot card, and you have to have your ID." Okay, let me say that again. He said to me that you have to have proof of that you took the shot. You have to have your COVID card and your ID. So I said, I thought he was playing. I said, nuh-uh. I said, you joking. He said, no, I'm not. So I said, you know what? I got my ID, but I ain't got no COVID card. He said, well, I'm sorry. I can't serve you. I was like, what? And then he had put the ice in the cup of water in the cup. But when I told him I didn't have no COVID card, he had to throw out the ice and he threw the cup away. And I was like, oh my God, he is for real. So I didn't get mad because I know that's not his choice. But I did tell him, I said, they trying to run y'all out of business. And then he looked up at me and he said, yeah, they are. They trying to run him out of business. So I said, well, I still wanted my ice. So I went to this Mexican restaurant. It's not, it doesn't have Mexican on it, but they serve a lot of Mexican food across from where I was sitting. And I had my mask in my hand, but I didn't put it on because the lady behind the counter, she wasn't even wearing a mask. So I asked her, could I get some ice? And she said, sure. So she gave me some ice. So I'm like, wait a minute. I went to 3 different stores. The first store, a grocery store I went in, they didn't say nothing about no COVID ID. And then I went into the daiquiri shop, the little food daiquiri shop across from where I was sitting. They didn't say nothing about no COVID and this. They didn't even tell me to put on a mask. And I go in this one store and he talking about he got to, he got to abide by the rules. And funny, I didn't see nobody in that shop. And I just told them they trying to put you out of business. So I don't know why that rule applies to him and it doesn't seem to apply to none of the other businesses on in the French Quarters that I know of. And there's a lot of businesses in the French Quarter, and I haven't heard anybody complain about that. So all I can say is, honey, it's about to go down. I kind of feel like maybe they're giving people a choice right now, so they could kind of like ease this new rule on us. You got to show an ID that you had the shot, the Kukarachi shot. I'm not supposed to say COVID or whatever. I don't know if this is just a test run with just a few businesses. But I do now, like I said, it's getting ready to go down because the American public, American public ain't finna put up with that. We ain't finna put up with that. We got people that are armed to the teeth, honey. Especially white people in white communities, baby. They got shit on the government. They armed to the teeth, and ain't nobody gonna put up with that. But the thing is, if we rebel as a people, all these people gonna do is, besides kill us whenever they get a chance, they gonna, to affect all of us overall. All they're gonna do is cut off our water and our lights. That's what I'm thinking. They gonna shut the water off and cut off the lights and make us suffer that way. So we got a lot going on ahead of us. We gotta I know I do. Gotta make some decisions. We gotta make some plans. We gotta do what we have to do. We gotta learn how to be as self-sufficient as possible, just in case something like that goes down, and it's going down. It's just a matter of when. How long, I don't know, but when, definitely it's gonna come to that. Because I can even see a civil war brewing. You know, yeah, it's coming down to that. So you all be safe. Don't be dismissive of the information that you've been getting from everywhere, talking about how you need to stock up on canned goods, water goods. If you can, plant a little garden, get your basic vegetables and, stuff like that. You're going to have to, the future says you're going to have to be a lot more self-sufficient, okay? So I just wanted to tell you all about my experience today. Thank you for listening. Like and share this video, and peace and good night.